look, man, being a Raider, straight up, it means something. I don't do gotta wear that. You gotta be that. And when you be that, you feel that.
Amik Robertson in the back corner.
And when you feel that, they feel that. That fearlessness, that pressure.
Hey, we are right here. We're right here.
You know what they say about pressure. Pressure busts pipes. But that also make diamonds.
Walk down inside the 5. Max Crosby.
You might get knocked down. You might get pushed around. You don't tuck our tail and run. We turn around and look right. Because that's the Raider.
Not going. Not leaving on this. Keep talking, communicate.
No matter the record, no matter the score, at the end of the day, you want to make an individual feel you. And everybody got the opportunity to win their one-on-one battles. You start there, I guarantee you, you'll be on top in the winning column in a check game. From here on out, you must go out and play the Raider way.
And welcome back to the Silver and Black Radio Podcast. I'm your host, Raider Will, along with my brothers. Go ahead, fellas.
Raider Matt.
Raider Gunny.
All right, fellas. Hey, obviously devastating loss in Miami. Really a loss due to our inability to capitalize in key situations. Guys, our defense played a really good game, So let's just get into it. Guys, we really struggled to capitalize in key situations in this game, as in 1, turnovers, 2, third downs, 3, fourth downs, running the football, and doing other key things that we thought we had to do to get this win this week against Miami. Guys, let's go over our offense, all right? What are your guys' thoughts on our offense? And let's start with Matt.
Well, I think at first our offense started off pretty well. We came out on our first drive. I didn't see the first drive because I was just pulling up, getting stuff ready. But I showed up when we were on the drive and we scored our touchdown. When we scored our 3 points. We kicked a field goal. So I showed up when that happened, but we looked good, driving the ball. We were running the ball, we were throwing the ball, we were catching it, and then we got in the red zone, we stalled out, we kicked a field goal. Miami goes down there, scores touchdown. Then we get our ball back, and then it was 46 yards to Devontae Adams that O'Connell hooks up with him, and we get the touchdown, go up 10-3. I believe that's how it happened. Or maybe he scored in between that, made it 10-3 or whatever.
Yeah, in the first quarter it was 10-7. So we obviously scored, and then it goes at half it was 13-14. We were down a point.
Yeah, we were down a point.
Yep. So obviously the rhythm of the offense was kind of weird.
We were driving the ball from what it looked like. We were doing pretty good. We were keeping up with Miami, on their offense. And they have an explosive offense. So, us battling back and forth with them was good, But after halftime, we came out, man, and that's when the turnover started. And we couldn't recover from that. Our offensive line kind of just gave up. We didn't pound the ball. We were throwing a lot, relying on O'Connell. And we just didn't look good at all in the second half. We didn't make adjustments. We should have ran the ball a lot more, but we didn't. We ended up throwing a lot more than we should have with the rookie quarterback. And, I think we really need to improve on our line. You know what I mean? So I think once we can start doing that, I think our quarterback can start playing a little better.
No, absolutely. I agree with you. Offensive line play definitely plays a crucial role in how well your quarterback operates back there. Hey, Mike, your thoughts on the game, my brother?
No, thoughts on the game or thoughts on the offense?
Thoughts on the offense.
Offense. Well, when you're watching the game sometimes, and Well, especially in the McDaniels area, just kind of like sitting there going, man, these fools ain't gonna score. You know what I mean? It's like, I was sitting there just hoping for one good thing to happen, and especially in the second half. It's like one good thing. Like, let's just get lucky. Let's grab a pick. Let's get a pick six. Somebody make a play. Like I felt that the whole like second half. Like somebody just make a play, and they just never did. And that was kind of like expected at some point. I was like, man, they're just not there. They're behind the chains most of that second half. You know what I mean? We're killing ourselves with penalties. It was, we wanted them to run the ball. I think we all agreed on that last week. Wanted them to really pound the rock against Miami.
Yeah, we did.
And they did not. They did the exact opposite, which I think we all also agreed that if they did that, we were going to lose. So doing the exact opposite, and we got the result, right?
Yep.
Overall, they kept up with the Dolphins on defense, which I'm happy about. But that offense, man, it's too good to be that bad. You know what I mean? It's just there's too many players on that offense to be that bad, and it really does come down to that offensive line, man. I don't care. It could be you, me, Aiden O'Connell, Joe Montana, Tony Montana. I don't give a shit who's behind that behind center. They're not going to be successful if that dude's running for his life, especially O'Connell. The guy's a statue, bro.
Yeah.
He's not running away from anybody.
Absolutely. All right, fellas. Well, you know what? I think you guys hit a lot of key points. I mean, for me, one, we were behind the sticks a lot. I mean, and when you get behind the sticks, I mean, like one, we had a lot of 3rd and 7s, 3rd and 10s, long distance ones. Hey, it's hard. I know the kid got a cannon, but he has an inaccurate cannon. He's not very accurate. And it's like you guys said, hey, he struggles in the pocket. He struggles, hey, when you get pressure because he's not very mobile.
Not at all.
So that's one thing that we struggled in. 2, man, the inability to run the football. It's like you guys said, hey, man, we have to run the football. 14 brushes by Josh Jacobs, and we're the Raiders? Bro, this is ridiculous. I mean, like we said, hey, we don't want to put the stress on O'Connell, but we're going to throw the ball 41 times. 41 times in this game, right? So we say, hey, like you guys said in the last podcast, what did we say? Raiders, if you want to win the game, we have to run the football. We can't turn the ball over. So, it's literally, we're telling you guys, hey.
Oh, and play good defense.
There's key to this. And play good defense.
Yeah.
And we did.
And guess what we
did one.
We
played really good defense. Like we said, hey, we are turning into a defensive juggernaut. This team is turning to something special defensively when you can hold the Miami Dolphins in the second half to 6 points. Man, you're doing something really special over there, Patrick Graham. Yep. You're being able to adjust. You're doing a lot of great things. But we'll get into that later. All right? Like we said, hey, and this is another thing, guys. We had a lot of turnovers that we had on their side of the field. And we either kicked the field goal and couldn't capitalize on it. That is a situation that our team needs. We need to excel, So at the end of the day, I think a lot of those things come down to, hey, one, execution. Like you guys said, hey, our offensive line. I didn't think that we wouldn't have Colton Miller. Illuminor moved to left tackle. We had Tyler Munford at right tackle. The lack of continuity on the offensive line, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of those things are what we're suffering in. So, guys, like I said, all those were key components for me. Now, I want to get your thoughts on that. I want to see, hey, now if we're not capitalizing in those situations, what can we do to jumpstart this offense and make it so we are effective? So that way we are scoring points and, hey, we are playing complementary football. So on this one, I'm going to start with Mike. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, that's a difficult question, man, because we have a questionable quarterback. You know what I mean? So if and we have a questionable quarterback and a questionable line. So really, the answer is always going to be, run the ball. But once that becomes ineffective, and I think the Dolphins did a good job of stopping the run right up front. and it kind of forced them. It kind of put the Raiders in a bad spot, saying, "Hey, we got to put the ball in the rookie's hand now, right?" So it was. I think that's they kind of it's like it was a chess game, man. They played good chess there, and they made us adjust to their defense, and it's exactly what they wanted us to do. I mean, if you're going to play the Raiders on defense, you're going to want the rookie to beat you, right? You're going to try and do everything you can to stop Josh Jacobs, and they did a pretty good job at that. But still, I don't know, 14 rushes is not enough. You know what I mean? I mean, you got to still get the ball to Josh Jacobs somehow, some way, because he really is the guy that makes this offense go. If Josh Jacobs runs for 100 yards, we win the game almost every time, right? But like I said, if I turn on the stats and I didn't watch the game and I looked at he had, I don't know, what was it, 40 something yards total offense or total yards, something like that.
51 total
51 yards,
bro.
and that's
Yeah.
with a catch. Like I don't even have to look at the score and tell you that we probably lost that game. You know what I mean? Unless he got injured and somebody else came in. So the hard part is what do you do to keep O'Connell upright, first of all, and because obviously he's not getting out of he's not moving around that pocket enough, and he's not mobile. So if you got a quarterback like that, you better have a damn good offensive line, and I'm not sure we have that. You know what I mean? I'm not sure we have that offensive line that's going to be able to have him sit there and assess his situation and make the right plays. So, I think it all really relies on that run game. If the run game ain't there, we're going to have a tough day every game. And I think that's exactly what happened this week. We're going to have a tough game every time we can't run the football. So they need to have the running the ball attitude, because that run game did not travel to Miami like they said it did, like they said it does, right?
Yeah,
so
no, absolutely.
Definitely didn't get on the plane.
Yeah, it stayed in Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. All right, Matt. Hey, so let's get your thoughts on this, brother.
No, he's right. He hit it right on the head. But if you look at even like last year, our offensive line was not very good at pass protection, and we even had Carr back there. So you know what I mean? We have to fix that. And everybody now knows that we are a run heavy offensive line. We're not a pass protective line. So like he said, if they shut that down. They played it. Even Mike McDaniels came out and said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to shut down Josh Jacobs. We're going to make him throw the ball. And that's exactly what they did. They came out there, they played like he said, they played chess with us and they won. And they checkmated us by putting us in checkmate, or they put us in checkmate by shutting out Josh Jacobs. And they made us throw the ball. Now, you said O'Connell has an arm. But O'Connell's not accurate with that arm. He's a 4th-round quarterback. He's got a cannon on him, but, he's just can't connect on these deep throws. We had a couple deep throws where, if we would have connected with Devontae just one time, we would have had touchdowns on both those, or I think there was about 3 of them. I think there was about 3 deep passes that he threw. But the other thing is we got to open up our playbook a lot more. We gotta figure something out. We can't run the same 14 plays out of the book and expect to win a game. There's no way, especially with a rookie quarterback. We gotta figure something out. We gotta come up with some new scheme for him or something. Miami, they came in there and they even showed different defenses this week than they've showed all year. So it threw the Raiders off. And it definitely threw the rookie quarterback off, because when you go in there and you're watching tape, this is what they do, and then they come out and they do something totally different. Of course, it's going to definitely mess with your quarterback, and especially if you can stop the run, like he said, like they did, they got to throw it now. And he doesn't see. He's looking at that pick that he threw, right there to Adams, and bam, that guy intercepts it. He's seen it. The guy watched it. O'Connell didn't see that, because O'Connell's thinking he's going to jump back to the safety area and he's going to come back and he's going to hit Devontae on the inside. That guy stopped, waited, knew he was going for Devontae, jumped it, intercepted it. So I think we got to fix, like I said, we got to fix our offensive line, and that's where it starts. And in order to do that, in order to get the run game going, we're going to have to fix the offensive line. So.
No, absolutely. And for me, it's really incredible, man. I mean, if you guys look at it, I really believe Tom Cable, Mike Tice did a really good job with those offensive lines they had during those years, and they had a lot less talent. So I'm really looking at the offensive line coach and saying, hey, man, we need to step it up. We need to make sure that, hey,
Do we
we're
know
on
who
top
our
of our
offensive
stuff.
line coach is off the top of our head?
I don't know.
I don't.
Yeah, no idea who it is.
But, guys, like we said, you know, in my opinion, to jumpstart the offense, you know, I wrote it down. So let me give it to you guys, man. I said, one, I agree with Mike. We got to keep our identity. We have to keep the run game going. If this is who we're going to be, that we're going to play, you know, really tough defense, we're going to hit you in the mouth, we're going to run the ball, then that's what we got to be. We got to do that. You know, we got to keep that attitude. We got to keep that personality about us. Then, you know what? In my opinion, what we have to do is use different formations, different motions, different shifts, just like Mike McDaniels does, in order to capitalize the speed that we do have. Because our biggest question mark right now is the ability to throw the ball deep. So we can't stretch the field. We don't have those guys. We have Trey Tucker, we have DeAndre Carter, but they're not in there enough. So in my opinion, we need to get those guys involved. And the way we get them involved is by using them in jet sweeps, motions, et cetera, et cetera. We saw a lot of that in the first couple of games with Bo. Okay, he did a great job of doing that in the first couple of games. In this last game, I really feel he regressed. He went really vanilla, and we were really predictable. Guys, those are some things I think we could do to jumpstart our offense. Now that I started by talking about Bo Hardinger and stuff like that, guys, let me get your opinion on Bo. Hey, Matt, we're going to start with you, and let's get your opinion on the play calling. What do you see in Bo Hardinger, and do you see us, you know, him growing? Do you see him regressing, and do you see him being there long term?
So my opinion on this is that he's a smart offensive coordinator. He can create good plays and explosive plays. The only thing that holds him back right now is that he's got a rookie quarterback who was a third string quarterback at the beginning of the season. He didn't have any reps with the first string. So his playbook is very limited. So for Bo to come out there and call a game, especially against the Dolphins defense like that, is going to be hard. You can't really make changes like that in the playbook and create these big explosive plays right off the top of your head and expect to learn these things in a day. You know, he's not. Jimmy Garoppolo's got more experience in the offense, but he's just not good enough in it. You know, he can't. You know, he's not operating the right way in that offense. But he knows more of the book, so you can open that book up a little bit more with Jimmy Garoppolo. Whereas we have a third string quarterback who's only got maybe 10 plays out of the whole thing, maybe 14 plays out of the whole playbook. And I can guarantee you, there's probably 150 plays in this playbook, I bet, if it's Josh McDaniels' playbook. You know, there's probably a binder full of plays.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I mean, and you only know 14 of these plays, and then, like I said, you know, they figured out our plays and they stopped us. You know, we look at all the deep throws we had to Devontae. It was either this side or this side, but it was the same lineup. You know, we can only do this so many times before people catch on to what we're doing. We can only say Monday so many times before people know that's a snap on the first down. You know, like that's snap on one. You know, Monday. Okay, get up to the line, hurry, let's go. You know, like it's the same thing. You can't keep calling the same play over and over and expect to win with it with the rookie quarterback. You can't open up the book anymore. So
yeah.
Bo can do it. He's just got to have more time with this quarterback. And right now, it's not going to happen. And we're not going to be able to flip the script in how many weeks we got left? 6? 7? 6 weeks. You know? So 6 weeks, you know, it's hard to come up with a whole new playbook in 6 weeks. So,
yeah. No, I agree with you. Mike, your thoughts on Bo Hardinger and the way he's doing and executing on offense?
Well, I don't think the verdict's out yet on him. You know what I mean? There are clear issues on this offense that need to be fixed, and you know Matt is right. How many plays does Aiden O'Connell really have going on? You know, he's like you said, he was a third string quarterback coming in. He hasn't taken that many reps. It's what are you going to do with that? So we liked him in the first game. He called a pretty clean game the second game. We're looking at, but it's still, man, it really, for me, it comes down to that offensive line. You know what I mean? It feels like he was forced to do something he didn't want to do, or maybe he didn't plan for, maybe the plan was to run the football and then, like I said, just, put Aiden O'Connell in the right spots. But at the end of the day, he was forced to move in a different direction. Maybe that's what we saw, that, when he got forced into something that he didn't want, that maybe the play calling wasn't as good. But again, we can't really say anything about play calling at this point, whether it be, even if you go back to McDaniels or if you go to Bo Hardegree or whatever. I know we had good success in that first game, but the offense doesn't look much better now than it did with McDaniels. Right. I mean, let's be honest here. The amount of points we scored one. We had one big scoring game, which we scored 30 against the Giants, and then we're right back under 20 again for the last two games. So it doesn't look much better. So now we did fire the head coach, which he needed to go because he was not good, right? We all knew that McDaniels was causing issues in some kind of way. But now we're looking at a new offensive coordinator, and we're having the same problems. There might be something wrong with the offensive line and the things that we want to do, but we can't do. So what were you gonna say, Matt?
It's like I said, you're running the Josh McDaniels playbook. You can't get out and start the Bo Hardegree playbook in 6 weeks. You know what I mean? You got to stick with the Josh McDaniels playbook. And it's tough and as hard as it may seem, a lot of players don't like it, but they got it. That's the only playbook you have right now. You can't just create a new playbook in 6 weeks and, do it like, with especially no OTAs or anything like that. There's no way to do it. So, like I said, you only got 14 plays and a whole book for a 2-year book, So, and he's a rookie. He's already a year behind in the offense. You know what I mean? So,
no, absolutely.
Banana on him.
And you know what's funny? We were talking about it before the show. It's like you guys said, man. He has a limited playbook, guys. Let's be honest. One, you're limited with your play caller because that's not his playbook. And he's inexperienced. He's called it at the college level, but this is the NFL. This is where like the best of the best come. I mean, he just went against Vic Fangio. I think I'm saying his name correctly. If not, Fangio. Okay, that guy's one of the best defensive coordinators in the NFL. So let's not sit here and be like, hey, this guy went against some slouch. That he added wrinkles to his defense. And let's be real, Miami's defense is number 11 in the NFL. You are a top tier defense almost. All right. 2, on the outside, they got Jalen Ramsey and who else?
Oh man,
Nope. They have
on the outside. I'm sorry, I thought you were talking about line.
Yeah. They got Xavier.
They got Xavier Howard.
Xavier Howard.
So I'll be like, you got those two dudes on the outside, okay? Hey, I know we got Devontae Adams. I really thought we would exploit the tight end position a little bit more, and use our tight end because I do think Michael Mayers is coming into his own. And on that first drive, if you guys watched it, bro, we used him. He had an effective catch. I'll be like, he's a difference maker. But I think it's like you guys said. One, as a coach, if I come in and I'm taking over somebody else's playbook, bro, it's hard. Okay, then I'm taking it over not with the first or second string quarterback. I'm taking it over with the guy that never got reps in OTAs, in anything. Never got reps with the starters. Probably had 10 plays that he knew. And he's trying to make this happen. So I think all that combined has limited his ability for the playbook. And that's why I said, man, I think he gets it. I think he really wants to understand it. And he really wants to be like, yo, like, wants to get more advanced, but it's difficult because you're trying to bring along a quarterback. You're trying to bring yourself along. Not to only mention that, man. I mean, like, our head coach is inexperienced.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's learning on the fly. AP has taken a lot of accountability, which I like. He's been like, yo, I'm learning. They're learning. Everybody on this team is learning. You know, honestly, I think we have to key all that in. So I think Bo Hardinger, I'll be like, yeah, we got exposed in Miami. They found out, they saw some tape, they saw what we couldn't do. Now we got to look at that tape and say, hey, how do we adjust? What can we do? How can we get better? You know? So I think these next coming up games are going to be crucial in the evaluation of Bo Hardinger. You know, we got 6 games to really evaluate this guy, to see what he got, to see what he can do. Not only that, we're evaluating AP as well. You know, we're evaluating a lot of different things. And it's like you guys said, we got so many different holes that we have to fill that it's really become interesting. One, you lose your head coach, your offensive coordinator, all that stuff. Guys, we can't forget that. And we're only 3 games removed from that. So I know that he suffered this game. I know that he struggled, but I think we got to give him more time. You give him this till the end of the season, see how he adjusts. I'll be like I said, I gave him our ideas, you know, of how to jumpstart the offense. Now, what he's going to do, that's on him. But
You should be listening.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm hopeful, man. I'm really hopeful that, you know, that he gets it together and we see a lot of success coming out of him because I'm excited, man. I do see, like you guys said, go ahead.
I think he had a lot of like questionable coaching calls this week, you know, compared to the last couple of weeks, you know, like the ending, like where we were, you know, we had the ball, we were driving down the field, you know, and then we got in field goal range and then we decided to punt the ball. You know what I mean? Like, and then we ended up stopping them on defense and getting the ball back. And we used all of our timeouts to get the ball back. You know what I mean? So, like, if we had trust in our defense to get the ball back to begin with, you know, you kick the field goal, you know, don't even hesitate. Get the points. You know, we're down 7. You know, get the points, kick the field goal, punt the ball. You know, you got one of the best one of the best kickers in the league, you know, fucking. You can get the ball down there and place it where you want it. You know what I mean? And then he runs the clock out, or not runs clock out, but he runs out of timeouts. You know what I mean? And then we get the ball back, and then same thing. We end up throwing the interception. But you know,
I mean, he did clear that up, though. I mean, like he did clear that up. You're talking about the end of the half, where they brought it down and they kicked the field goal. Yeah. So he did clear that up. You know, they really wanted to go for the win. In my opinion, you know, they wanted to go for the win. Yeah. They're like, hey, if we kick the field goal, we still got to do this. I think they wanted to go for the win. They felt like it was there. Now, the one at the end of the half, they said AP was saying.
That's one I have a problem with.
Yeah, that's where, like, you know, we kicked the field goal and people felt, hey, we had the ball on the 30-yard line. And now on that one, what he said was, hey, we really liked where the game was going. It was becoming a slugfest.
Mm-hmm. And I agree with that one. I didn't really have a question with, you know, like I wasn't really questioning that one because I kind of felt the same way, you know, like if we can keep points on the board with the Dolphins, you know, and then we come back out, you know, swinging like we were doing in the first half, you know, it's a slugfest, you know. So I didn't have a problem with that one. It was my end game result, which is what was like, man, and then, like, you know, we waited, you know, like to get back to the line, and we had the ball with like 39 seconds, you know, and we burned it all the way down to like 12 seconds, you know what I mean? Like, that was one thing that was like, oh, what are you doing? You know, like you got to call the play a lot faster than that. So I don't know if that was on Bo or if that was on the head coach or who that was on, or if that was on the quarterback not getting the play out but you got, I don't know. The whole team, you got to all be running back to that line. You know, you can't just be, you know, like, hey, okay, what are we going to do? You know, like that's where, you know, he's got to fix that. You know what I mean? Like, and I get a new coach and a new whatever, but And you're going to have stuff like that with a new coach, especially an intern, but
Yeah.
it was just like that stuff right there is the stuff that you got to fix if you want the head coaching job. You know what I mean?
All right. So let's talk about that. All right. At the end of the game, you felt like they didn't have enough momentum. You didn't feel like they didn't speed up the process, right?
Mhm.
I feel like this. Like there's two ways to play that. Yeah, you can speed up the process, but then your players get more flustered. Your players, and I'm playing a little devil advocate, okay? Because you get more hyped up, you get more nervous. You're like, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. All right. If you have timeouts, if you have things like that, you can slow it down. You can come out there, boom, hey, let's just be effective. Now, my problem was, like you said, hey, you can pick it up. You can be a little bit more aggressive, and you can still run the football. You could still do so many different things. I feel like we were just trying to take shots at that time. It was like, take the shot deep. Take the shot deep. I'm like, you don't have to throw it deep every fucking play. You
Right.
literally can chunk it out.
And I
I'm
thought we were
like,
doing
dude,
a good
why,
job when we were hitting the sidelines. We came out with that little 2-minute drill or whatever, the 39-second
everything
drill.
was deep and down the sideline. Everything was deep. I mean, like, you can't do, bro. I mean, like, this kid is inaccurate down the field.
Right.
That's the first thing we said. Inaccurate down the field. You can't depend on a big shot every play to stretch the field. Okay. You can literally be like, all right, hey, what we need, let's look at Miami. Okay. The cheetah turns a 10-yard slant or a 10-yard in into a 50-something yard gain. That's what we need. We need to throw that intermediate ball, get the guys, but in the playmaking position and get that yak. Okay. We don't get guys that get yak. Look at the plays that we got right now. Everything is either you're burning somebody deep. We got Devontae Adams catching the touchdowns deep, right? And he's not like smoking people. He's like making fucking difficult catches
He's never
that are covered.
been known to smoke people. He's just always been a good route runner. And that's what separated him from all the others. He could break away on a route and not have to be fast at it, but still break your ankle at doing it. You know what I mean? So,
and that's where we're looking at that. We say, hey, you have to create that. You have to do different things. I mean, bro, we have to get that intermediate game going for him, that short game. I mean, like we talked about it with Mike. Mike said, hey, Josh Jacobs, only 51 total yards. 51 total yards by this dude. Bro, you need to get this man touches. Just like Devontae needs touches, Josh Jacobs needs touches. If you guys listen to what Devontae Adams said one game, hey, it's hard to stay warm when you only touch the ball every 20 plays, every 25 plays. It's hard for him to catch it. So if we're giving Josh Jacobs the ball 14 times to carry it and say, oh, yeah, man, we expect you to run for 140 yards, bro, it's ridiculous. You got to feed your horse if you're giving it to him on the screenplay. Hey, we know that O'Connell's not very mobile, right? We know, hey, they want to bring pressure. They want to do things. Bro, what happened with the little screenplay from the running back? I get we throw the screenplay to the wide receivers a ton. I mean, like, we want to throw it to them. Why don't we use it with the running back? Put Josh Jacobs back there. Hey, man, all right, cool. You're going to load the box. You got 9 guys in the box. We got to do something different. So again, I think Bo's doing a great job. I think he's learned it.
I'm not saying he's not doing it at all. I think he's doing a great job.
I mean, like,
I just think he's limited.
He's limited, and we're all limited, and the team will get better. Now, guys, let's look at I want to talk, like, now that we've talked Bo, we talked a little bit about the offense. Let's talk a little bit about the defense. Not a little bit, a whole lot, a little bit. Because these dudes are eating people up. I mean, like, yes, if you look at it, total yardage, they had a ton of yards. And I mean, I'm okay with that. That shows me that we are a bend, not break defense. You hold the number 1 offense in the NFL to 6 points in the second half. Bro, that's 2 field goals, right? You hold them to 6. Man, what a game, all right? Now, I'm going to say it like this. Max Crosby was kind of quiet. He didn't
Yep.
have this, like, game where he was like, 2 or 3 sacks, everything like that. He had 1 sack and he had a couple tackles. But other than that, nothing, nothing much. But the whole rest of the defense, man, playing lights out. I really feel like, I'm going to tell you, like, guys, shoot, I told you guys, I wrote this down, man. You know what? I'm going to tell you like this. Defensively, Patrick Graham, I feel like you're getting 100% out of each player at every position. We might
Yep.
not be the very best, but he's getting 100% of those dudes every single play. Max Crosby, like I said, he didn't have a big game, but he's getting players to play up to his ability, to play up, and to play a ton load better. And that shows that, hey, he's that guy. He's shown that that's leadership, all right? If you look at it, Spillane now, he looks like a freaking Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
I mean,
Does.
a lot of guys on the defensive side. I mean, like Marcus Peters is the really questionable guy that I really see, and he keeps just standing out every week. Now we know what we got there. I think it's something, a point of weakness, but at the end of the day, that's what we got. And you know what? Number 3, I said, Raiders supporting cast is stepping up. It doesn't matter. Masterson, you know what? Big strip, right? He knocks the ball out, makes a fumble. I'll be like, that was a replacement for Divine Diablo. We had Isaiah Palomao with the interception. You had Hobbs with another interception. I mean, guys, defensively, we are playing out of our minds. We are playing elite level defense. Like we said, hey, last podcast, hey, we said we are turning into a defensive juggernaut. And people better respect the fact when we show up that we come into play. So, guys, let me get your opinions on the defense, and I'm gonna start with Mike. Go ahead, bro.
Well, I'll tell you this: respect is a big thing, right? Because we always see teams going for it on 4th and whatever on us. Don't we feel like every time they pull up on a 4th down, if they're on their side of the field, anywhere on their side of the field, they're going to take that 4th down chance. And most of the time, they were getting it. Now they're not getting it anymore. Those 4th downs are becoming turnovers, and those turnovers are going to start as we go along in the season. You're going to see a lot less teams starting to go, yeah, we'll just go for it because these guys can't stop us anyways. You're not going to see a whole lot of that anymore because we're going to start. They're starting to turn into a team that's going to stop you if you try to go for it on 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, and that's exciting for me, man. Marcus Epps goes down. Isaiah Palomao comes in and fucking wrecks shop. That was awesome, man. That kid looks good. You know what I mean? He looks good. Just sitting on the bench, just chilling
He's
on
a
the bench.
big
Just
physical
come in and
specimen.
ball. Yeah, just come in and ball. I think that's Palomalu's cousin or nephew or some shit like that. But
Yeah.
the sleep, what I heard. But he balled out. Spillane almost got another pick. You know what I mean? He was like inches away from grabbing another pick. So the defense is playing great. I think they're playing great football, man. I swear to God, man, this is so bad. But every year I said, man, if we could just have a defense that could hold these guys to like 20, 22, 23 points, we'd be winning all kinds of games because the offense is the shit, right? And now it like flipped.
Yeah.
It flipped. It's like, how in the hell? I've been asking for a defense I can hold it down for just hold them to 22, 23, 24, and we'll win the game. Now we can't score 20. Just drive me nuts. But the defense is playing lights out, man. I want to see more of it. I don't want it to be some flash in the pan thing. I don't think they're there. I think they're actually starting to become very consistent now. Other than that last game where they gave not last game, but the game that come out of the Chicago game, was it? Where they just weren't there at all. But I mean, ever since then they've been lights out, man. And hopefully this week they stay lights out. We're playing at home, so black that shit out. Let's go.
Yes, sir. All right, Matt, your thoughts on the defense, my brother?
Man, I think, like you said, we turned the we've been turning the page every week with the defense, and it's been a good page, Man, Spillane, another, like you said, almost another interception. Like that's how many in how many weeks, He's already got 3 this year. That could have been number 4, And I mean, how long has it been since you've had a linebacker in the Raiders with that many interceptions? It's been a minute, And the way he's playing, bro, he's like I said last week, if you get the Raider mentality and you play like Max Crosby, our defense can be lights out. And I think we're starting to see players that are starting to come into it. And I'm giving Patrick Graham a lot of credit here, because last year I was like, man, this guy sucks, dude. Like, this dude, like, where'd you find this guy? Kmart? Like, bro, like, like, this guy is not good at all, But like, he just needed some time with good players and people that could understand it. And he's got them, and I'm starting to see them all click together now, and everything's starting to look good, Yeah, I think we got hidden gems on our sideline right now that we should be starting, but they're either a rookie or they're just, hurt or something like that. I think we got a lot of hidden gems in our depth that we're just waiting on, like Marcus Epps. I thought was a good pickup when we first got him. I thought that guy was going to be a solid pickup, and he's played all right, but he's not, he's not like no big hitter. He's not he's not going to intercept the ball or nothing like that, but he can make tackles when he needs to, and whatnot. But Palomau, that guy, or Palomau, is that how you say it? Palomau?
I have no idea.
It's Paulo Mao.
Palomau.
But yeah, he's a playmaker, dog.
Yeah.
Playmaker.
Hey, I didn't like it. I seen it when he came in. I was like, dude, that's the rookie. As soon as he caught it, I was like, oh, that was the rookie. Like that was awesome, because I've been a minute since I've seen a rookie do that, like, especially in the safety, like, it's been a minute. Like, even when we had, Abrams back there, man, like, it took forever for that guy to get an interception, like, so it's good to see a safety get an interception, because it's been a minute since I've seen a safety get one. But I think, like I said, we're all coming in. We're starting to get better on defense. We're starting to mesh. We're starting to create what Patrick Graham is visioning, and it's starting to turn the corner. And I think we're heading in the right direction. And like he said, like, I seen this meme earlier, and it was like, hey, what'd you give up to get your defense? He said, the offense.
Everything.
I was like, when you said that, I was like, damn, bro, like that was a true statement right there, bro.
Looked it right on his head, man.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. I mean, like, it's like you guys said, man. I mean, like, we forced 3 turnovers. We forced 2 fumbles. We had 1 fumble recovery, an interception by Palomau. We had a stop on a key 4th down. We made him miss a field goal. You had the Max Crosby sack in a key situation. We had a lot of good things that we did on defense. Guys, defensively, we're playing out of our minds. Like I said, we're getting so much out of those guys that I'm excited to see what happens when we talked about it. Tyree Wilson shows up and starts getting it, and starts becoming part of this. Because right now, what we see is, man, there's so much potential right there. And obviously, Patrick Graham has those guys playing at a level that, hey, I know for a fact at the beginning of the season, not one person was talking about the Raiders defense playing this good right now. You tell me one person right now, and I'm going to call bullshit, or, hey, send me the tape, and you know what? I'll send you $50.
Hey, you know what? I could probably name somebody, and I bet it was Tony.
Man, yeah. Hey. Oh, man. My bad, Tony. I hope you're enjoying Thanksgiving today, bro, with your family.
Yes, sir.
Guys, hey, another key component, we talked offense, defense. Let's talk a little special teams again. Guys, special teams for us is showing up. You had AJ Cole with 6 punts. You had You know, Cash Money Carlson banking everything in. God, you got special teams out the ass. I mean, like we have, again, another elite special teams unit that is flipping the field for us. You know, that makes it so we can score 3 points almost from anywhere from like 55 yards and in for the field goal kicker. So that adds a total different dimension to the game. But let's talk a little bit about them. Mike, or you know what, Matt? You lead this one, bro.
Yeah. I think our kicking or our special teams is awesome. And I think we've always had a good special teams unit, you know. Far back as I can remember, you know, like we've always had a solid kicking team. Yeah, Carlson, you know, 7 points, you know, he helped us out a lot, you know. Like I said, Cash Money, man, that guy cashes in on most everything he kicks, you know. It's very rare that he misses. So shout out to the Vikings for getting rid of him and letting us pick him up. So
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
See you guys in a couple weeks. And then yeah, Cole, man. I mean, this dude is just dude's got a cannon of a leg, bro. Like the hang times that he's getting, 4.6 seconds, bro. I mean, like that's insane.
Oh,
bro.
insane.
Like
He's kicking
it's
it to
just,
the moon.
you know, 51 yards on average, you know, like that's insane, dude. Like I just like, or 52.5, right? That's his pretty sure that's what his average
It's
is.
like 53 or 52.5. Yeah, 52.5 is his freaking average, man.
Like, that's a good average to be a punter, man. I think he leads the NFL, doesn't he?
I think so.
Yep.
I think you're right on that.
You know, he's just awesome, man. I love the dude. You know, he's put us in a lot of good situations with that leg, you know, and being able to pin people deep, you know, or put it where he wants it, and you know, help us out a lot, you know, because if we had any other kicker back there, we'd probably be getting a lot more points scored on us, you know, because we'd be putting them in some pretty good field position. But
no, absolutely.
Cool, man. Good job, man.
Yes, sir. All right, Mike, your thoughts?
Matt, you're right, dude. And far be it from me to care about what a kicker or punter is doing. You know what I mean? Just sit on the sideline and do your job. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to see them a lot less, to be honest with you. I would really love to see them a whole lot less.
You know?
Now, when they have, obviously, I don't want them shanking punts, but you know what I mean. I'd like to see them do a lot less punts than 6 times. You know what I mean? But the guy can punt, and like Matt said, I don't think. When was the last time we had a bad special teams? I mean, return game is one thing, but we're talking about like kickers and punters. Like we probably the best in the league for a long time, man.
Yeah,
like everywhere, and almost every year.
I think our leading scorer for Raiders for a while was Janikowski. I mean,
yeah,
yeah, I think it is still.
I think it is. Yeah, Seabass.
So I mean, like special teams obviously still key component. No, I agree with you. I mean, like obviously if they're, I only want to see them for points after and to kick off.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
That's all.
Probably kick off return, you know, a little bit like that, but that's about it.
Like
all right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we talked offense, defense, special teams. Hey, I know we didn't win the game, but give me your game balls, all right? 1 game ball per person. Hey, let's start with Mike.
Palomao, man. Palomao, come off the bench and make a difference, dude. I love it. I loved every second of that, man. That was awesome for me. Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody in offense deserves a game ball, but as far as like defense, that kid he jumped up and gave up a spark, man. Straight up. Epps went down, jumped in, and just like nothing happened. Straight up playmaker, that kid. I love it.
Yes, sir. All right. Matt, game ball. All right, brother. Hey, I think there's something wrong with your mic. You're sounding kind of blurred out right now, just so you know. But AJ Cole. All right. Hey, so for me, my game ball is gonna go to Nate Hobbs. Why? Because Nate Hobbs has been a playmaker for us for a while. He got another turnover. He don't seek this limelight. He's been injured. He's been in and out. But every single time he comes in, the dude just makes plays. I'll be like, he made some crucial tackles in open space. He got a turnover. I'll be like, Nate Hobbs, bro, I got to give you your props. All season long, I've been watching you. I've been giving game balls everywhere else. But I'm going to give him one for this game, man, for him creating key turnovers coming in, after injury and really just solidifying himself as a playmaker for us on defense.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, so let's move forward. Let's talk Chiefs, baby. Now we got this week. Big time game at Allegiant Stadium. And it's like Mike said, this is going to be crucial for Raider Nation to get out there to say, hey, what do we got going? We got to make this into a home game. We got to make the Chiefs think that there is not 30,000, not 50,000, that there is 100,000 fans inside that stadium and that we hate them. Literally. I mean, like last year, if you guys watched this game on TV, it was a sea of red. Obviously, Antonio Pierce said it today. Hey, we need Raider Nation to show up and show out. And, hey, we got to come to play ball. Guys, what do we got to do to get this victory against the Chiefs? Hey, Matt, give me your thoughts, brother.
Offensive line play better. We got to be able to pound the ball this week. Run, play good defense. Like the Chiefs are just like the Dolphins. Okay, they're not as good either. But they're explosive. They got explosive playmakers. Of course, they got Patrick Mahomes on the other side. Travis Kelce. I think if we could do what we did with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, and hold this offense like we did last week with our defense, I think we got a shot at beating them this week. I think their defense isn't as good as the Dolphins. So yeah, I think we lean on that offensive line again. I think we need to really, really work on pounding this rock this week. Get into Jacob, like you said, he has 100 yards, and the Chiefs know it too. If they allow him to rush 100 yards, more than likely he's going to win. That's what they do every year. They try to shut down Jacobs, and every time we play them, we're usually in the game. It's usually a really close game if we got Jacobs running hard, scoring touchdowns.
Hey, Matt, so I'm going to ask you for a favor, my brother. Hey, see if you can put some headphones on, because your microphone is really coming in really blurry, and we're going to come back to that answer so that way we can get it clear. Hey, Mike. No worries. Mike, your thoughts.
I started laughing because Matt sounds like a 1920s gangster right now. He's like, yeah, see? Kids coming to town, see? That's exactly what it sounds like. It's hilarious. So I started laughing. But anyways, listen, when it comes to Chiefs week, you like to throw I don't know, man. No matter how bad we are, we've been the worst team in the NFL at times, and they just get up for the Chiefs. Throw it all out the window. And when it comes to Chiefs week, it seems like they know how to get up for that game, especially at home. Guys, I mean, this place should be rocking. Hopefully it's a whole Raider crowd. Hopefully the Chiefs fans have become tired of traveling to Vegas for the years. They can stay home and, leave their big hairy lumberjack women at home for the weekend. But listen, throw it out the window. Let's, knock some heads, get Jacobs going, because Jacobs gets up for the Chiefs. He hates the Chiefs. These guys are Raiders, man. Max Crosby, Josh Jacobs, these guys are Raiders. They hate the Chiefs just as much as we hate the Chiefs. So I think it's going to be one of those games. And to be honest, the Chiefs don't look that impressive to me right now. Let's just be honest. They don't look that impressive. They're running around, they're making mistakes, dropping balls. It's not like they're the Chiefs of 2 years ago, even last year. they're making mistakes, and we've got the right tools to give them trouble, especially on defense now. So if we can make if that offense gets going and we get that run game going, the Chiefs gonna be in trouble, man, because that defense is not bad anymore, and we've already played them tough in other spots when we had a terrible defense. So I think that the key is just throw it out, play with your hair on fire, and let's get after these motherfuckers, because I hate the Chiefs. We should all
Yes,
hate the
sir.
Chiefs.
Hey, should look like a hate crime. All right, Matt. Let's see. Go ahead. There you go. All
Can
right.
you hear
hey,
me?
Let's get.
Yeah,
Now we
see?
can. Hey,
Yeah, see? Can you hear me now? See?
yeah. All right. Hey, so go ahead, man.
All right. Well, let's see here. I think the way we're gonna beat the Chiefs this week is, man, we're gonna have to really get in there with our offensive line again this week. I think it's gonna have to go back to like we did last week. We got to pound the ball against the Chiefs. And like I said, Josh Jacobs hates the Chiefs, dude, and he loves running against them. They're not the Chiefs that they were a couple years ago, or like I said, even last year. But I think we get that going, and our defense does what they've been doing, and Max Crosby gets after him. I think we're gonna have a great game. They got a tough defensive line. I will give them that. They got Chris Jones is no joke. That dude's a beast. And we just got to contain that guy. If we can do that, contain him, and protect O'Connell. We got to let this guy get some plays opened up so that he can make some plays. We can't allow him to throw 41 times and 20 of them be deep downfield, to Devontae Adams. And that one more thing on that note, I think also need to kind of divert a little ways away from Devontae so much. I think that's a big thing that everybody knows that, hey, we're going to go to Devontae this play. Hey, we're going to Devontae. We're double teaming Devontae. And he's throwing them and he's throwing the ball. And sometimes he's throwing these balls and they're almost getting picked off. There's a lot of times where the ball should have been picked off and it wasn't, because he tried to force the ball to Devontae. I think if we can get Trey Tucker, that's our speedster. If we can get Trey Tucker involved a little bit more, look at Renfro last week, the catch that he had for 31 yards. Man, if we can get these guys
what
involved.
A run.
Yeah, he's still Renfro, bro. Like, let him be Renfro. Let him do his thing. Let him break a couple ankles, get open,
Bro, Dad bod Chachi. That's exactly what I think about Renfro. Dad bod.
Hey, you talk
Chachi
about yak.
Out there.
You talk about yak. You talk about the yak. That's the guy that's going to get you your yak yardage.
Knees and elbows.
Yep.
That's all I see is knees and elbows.
Exactly, bro. Dude, that when he jumped over that dude to speak, bro, was awesome, man. Just like kept going.
No, absolutely.
We get those guys involved, utilize that tight end a little bit more, but I think it's all going to come back to our offensive line. You know what I mean? So I think if our offensive line can step up this week, I think we got a really good shot at beating the Chiefs.
Yeah, the
absolutely,
tight end is best friend, right?
Yeah.
Let's get that dude involved, man.
The tight end is quarterback's best friend.
Yes, sir.
That's exactly correct. Yep. All right, fellas. So my 3 keys to victory. All right. And Bo, probably like I said, 1, you don't have to have a ton load of plays. You can run the same shit. Just make it look different. And I think Matt hit a key thing right there. He said, hey, let's use Trey Tucker. So, Bo, hey, listen up, man. We got to run the football. Let's not depend on Aiden O'Connell to win us the game. Let's use a lot of shifts, a lot of motions. Let's use these speedsters to get the ball east-west. They don't just got to go north-south. Let's use that intermediate game with our tight end to, have that best friend. We got to get the little screen game from the running backs, not from the wide receivers. We need to be a little bit more diversified in what we do. That's how offensively I think we're going to get kickstarted. And number 1 priority, the guy that you have to feed the rock to, okay, is Josh Jacobs. He needs to be your number 1 priority. Don't care if they stack 9 in the box. Great. have them stack 9 in the box all game long. Guess what? That makes it open play action. Let's hit them over the top with play action. Let's do different things. All right. Hey, also, Aiden O'Connell. We need to move him out of the pocket. We need to roll this guy out. I get it. He's not super athletic. But guys, when we are already predicting him rolling out, he should be able to get out there, move out of the pocket, so that way we can use play action. We can use the screen game. We can do different things like that, so that way we can be successful on it. Defensively, okay? A1 numero uno is Travis Kelce. Wherever that guy goes, the ball is going to find him. He's a 6'5" version of Gronkowski now. This is the version of Gronkowski. He's here now. You know, he's the guy that's going to the Pro Bowl. We need to have eyes on that guy at all times. Patrick Mahomes is a playmaker. We need to keep him inside the pocket. Can't have him stretch out the play. Because guess what? That's going to extend our backside. It's going to extend holes in the secondary. And our secondary is not built to play man-to-man. Let's be realistic. Right now, our secondary, at best, is probably second string on any other team. Just being real. You know, you name one starter back there that plays corner that would be the first string guy on any other team. Nope.
Don't look
So
at me.
there you. So that's what I'm saying. We keep them in the pocket. Hey, and then Spillane and the linebackers have to play out of their mind. You know, those are my keys for us to beat the Chiefs. And I think another key component is something that Mike said. Raiders fans got to show up.
Yes,
We got to get out there. We got to be loud. We got to get them to get penalized, get them backed up in key situations so that way we could get the dub. So Raider Nation, show up, show out.
Hell yeah.
You know, and that's the real. All right, guys. So we talked about, the game. We talked about the Chiefs game. Now, guys, we got 6 games left. 4 division games. 3 at home. 1 on the road. There's still a ton load of ways that we can get into the playoffs. The AFC is a mess. Do you guys see us going 9 and? I think we have to go 9-7. Right? I think 9-7 or 9-8. One of those two. Okay.
9-8.
9-8.
You have to go 9-8. Yeah.
Even
for
then,
us to be that 7th spot as a wild card. Just my opinion. At 9-8, if we get 10, woo! That means we're winning 5 out of the next 6. We could probably lose 2 games, in my opinion, at most. Okay? Let's go game by game. This next game. Mike, do you see us winning this next game?
They have to. They have to. And yes, I do see them win this game. I do see them win this game at home. It's a prime spot for them to win the game. I don't care how good the Chiefs are. This is the Chiefs. This is the Raiders. This is a division game that usually comes down to a few plays, right? So not always, but usually. I think they can beat them, man. They can beat the Chiefs. And I think they will get the offense going this week. Absolutely.
All right. Matt, do we beat the Chiefs this weekend?
Oh, yeah, we beat the Chiefs this weekend. Like you said, we have to. We're at home. You know, this is going to be if we're going to win against the Chiefs this year, this is where we do it right here. Arrowhead's going to be a little tougher because a lot of Chiefs fans ain't going to sell their tickets to Raider fans, you know, so we're not going to have the backup there with the fans. So, like I said, you know, you need to show up and show out if you're going to be going. Don't sell your tickets to Chiefs fans. You know, we can't have that anymore. Raider Nation's back, man. So let's, you know, show up, show out. We have to win this game. So, yeah, we got to, you know. Yes, sir.
I absolutely agree with you guys. I think this is the game that, you know what, we can win, and it's a crucial game for us to beat the Chiefs at home. Now, I don't think this is the only way that we get into the playoffs, but I think we have a lot of momentum and a lot of stuff that we're saying, hey, there's a lot of positivity going on. So I think the Chiefs game is a crucial game. I mean, like, this game is really going to show us where we're at. And hey, if we win this game, we're going to have a lot of momentum going into the next one. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So I really see that as something that we have to get done. Now, who do we play after this? Hold on a second.
We got the Vikings. We have a bye and then Vikings.
Oh no,
All
the
right.
bye.
Yeah, you know what? I don't like that, guys. Honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. The dreaded bye week right now, so late in the season, I really think that it really benefits us earlier in the season, especially where we're at right now, when we need momentum. Now, what do you guys think about going into a bye week and then going and playing the Vikings?
I think I like it at this stage just because of where we're at in the season. Like, if they beat the Chiefs, go in at what is it? They'd be what, 6 and
It'd be 6-6.
6 and 6, right? They go in, they beat the Chiefs, they go in at 6 and 6, go on a bye, take a break, and then come reset for a fresh, last 5 games. That could be a blessing right there, man. I like
I
it.
I agree with him on that. I think, right now we have guys that are unhealthy. We got Colton Miller who's hurt on the offensive line. We've got a couple defensive players that are hurt. We got Meek that's out. We got who's the other guy that we just lost this last week that got injured? The other defensive back that we had. Yeah. Was it Peters?
Epps.
Epps. No, I'm sorry. It was a safety. It was Epps. Yep. I'm sorry. But yeah, those guys are all injured right now in concussion protocol, So, I mean, like, if we do beat the Chiefs without those guys, that's big because when we come back and play the Vikings, they're no scrubs either. We're going to have all these games from here on out are going to be tough. We got pretty much no wiggle room to start fucking up right now, And I think if we beat the Chiefs going into the bye week, that's big momentum for us coming out.
Yep.
No,
It could go the opposite way too, man. If we lose this game going into the bye week, that could ruin a lot of things too. So
yeah, that could be a backbreaker.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. 100%
huge
on
game,
that.
man.
All right, so then we got the Vikings at home. You guys, I see us beating the Vikings. I definitely can see our defense standing up, and I can see our offense moving the ball against them. Your guys' thoughts on that game?
It's at home, right?
That is at home, yeah. No, yeah. Yeah, at home.
Yeah, it's at home.
Yeah, I see them winning that game too.
Yep, I see them winning that one. Yep.
Okay, so then we got Chargers at home after that. Hey,
So
I mean, like the chokers, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now. I see us winning that game because the chokers do nothing but do one thing: choke. At the
not
very
only
end.
that, but I think
I see us winning that game.
not only that, but Joey Bosa just cried because he hurt his foot. Like, I'd really like to see a meme on that. Like how they used to do with Carr, like, oh, he folds, and he cries when he gets under pressure, but he sprained his foot and he got carted off and was crying in tears. Like, I think that shit's funny as fuck. But I think, if he's out for the season on IR, bro, all we got to do is just contain Mac because obviously, McDaniel said he did, but he didn't. You can watch the tape and see he didn't contain Mac. So maybe this time we contain Mac and we hold up on the opposite side of the line this time. We're not so, we win this game. We win this game. I think we win. I think we go on a 3-game win streak, honestly.
That's three games.
That would be 3 games in a row. So that would put us at 9-6. Okay.
Yep. And then I think okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Then we would travel to the Chiefs.
Okay.
So we travel to the Chiefs December for Christmas Day. That's the game where I think we take the L.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest. I'll be like, that's a tough game going to Arrowhead on Christmas Day and playing. Now, Matt, you said you agree with me.
I agree with you. I would love, I would love to have a Christmas, a Christmas gift and be gifted a win against the Chiefs. That would be amazing. Even if we did take the loss, like I don't know. I mean, if we take the loss on the first week, I think we beat them. I think we tie them. I think we split them. Either way, I think if we don't beat them this week, I think we beat them Christmas. And if we beat them this week, we don't beat them on Christmas. Like I have a feeling we're gonna split the series with them.
Okay. Mike?
Man, I hate to say that, but yeah, you're probably right. I think they did split. They have to split. I think they're going to split with the Chiefs. The Chiefs are a good team. Let's not forget that. But at home, we can beat them at home. When they go to Arrowhead, it seems to be just seems to be a whole other story, and it's going to be cold as shit. Yeah, it's going to be something else.
Yeah, we're like Miami going to New England in the wintertime. We're not we can't do it. We're a desert team, bro.
No, I agree
it gets
with you.
Cold out here, but it don't get that cold.
Yeah. And I think we have to split this. Okay, this is these two games we have to split in order to go to the playoffs. This is an in division thing. Okay, if we lose those two division games, we're not going to the playoffs.
Mm-mm.
We can win every other game, but we're not going to the playoffs. That's just my opinion, but we have to split that game, and I think that's where, like you guys said, we take the L.
Yep.
Then we got Colts on the road. The Colts are an abomination right now. I mean, like, they just let Leonard Williams go. We were talking about him earlier, saying, "Hey, this guy,
Shaq Lawson,
Shaq Lawson, sorry, Shaq Lawson." You said, "Hey, we looked at him and said, is this guy a viable option for the Raiders to make him better?" We're like, nah. Obviously has too many injuries, wants too much money, etc. Do you guys see us beating the Colts on the road December the 31st? And let me start with Mike.
Yeah, I do. Of course I do. But that's just, that just seems like a game that we just love to lose, right? It just seems like it's such
always
a trap.
The easy team.
Yeah, it's such they're a mess. They're everybody's like getting dropped and released now, and and then what? We go in there and make somebody look like Joe fucking Montana. So, it's scary to me. I think they can win it. Now, if they do go on this 3-game win streak, they lose to the Chiefs, and they know that the playoffs is on the line because we're already at 9 games right there. We're already at 9 wins. So we're at 9-7 right now.
Yep,
something like that. We're at 9-7. Pick that one up. We're 10-7. Now we're talking playoffs now. So, and with one game out, that I would love for them to win. I mean, yes, I do think they'll win it, but I'm a little cautious on that game because those out of division games away, probably it's away. I'm sure, right?
Yeah,
it is. It is
our last away.
It's away. Indianapolis, like it just seems like a straight up trap game, dude.
No, yeah, I agree. Go ahead.
I agree.
Go ahead,
I think I have a feeling it's a trap game, but you know what? I wouldn't say necessarily it's a trap game. I don't see. I don't know. McDaniels is gone, so I see the mentality. Like I don't see it as being like we're gonna go in there and get our asses whooped to make somebody look like Joe Montana on this team. I think those days are done with right now. I don't think we're gonna see any more of those this year. We may see a couple close games where it's gonna be a nail biter or something. Just because we have a new head coach and a new offensive coordinator and new quarterback and everything else. So, but I do think that we're gonna be a lot better team going into these games. I don't really see us getting blown out. I mean, if we were going to get blown out, we would have got blown out last week like everybody predicted us to get blown out by 14 points to the Dolphins, And I think if we can prove that we can play those good teams like that, I don't see us coming into the Colts. I see us actually playing a pretty good game. If we're going on a 3-game win streak, we lose one, we're going to be pissed off. We're going to be wanting that playoff spot. People are going to be playing for them. They're going to be wanting that too. So,
and that might do it.
I think we might win that game, because if we lose that game coming back out of Christmas, we're going to definitely have some fire under us if that's a playoff push. Like say we win those first 3 games and we got that momentum and then we get that momentum killer, and that's going to be like, hey, you know what? We got 2 games left on the season. We can still make this. We can still turn this around, and if we do that.
That might get it done, man.
Yep.
That game might be the one that puts us in there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because we
So,
could even
and
if
I
we win
agree
that
with you
game, we
guys.
could even lose to the next week.
Yep. So I think we'll beat the Colts. I just don't see them like being offensively overwhelming for us. I think defensively we are going to create a lot of turnovers and we'll be able to stop the run, make them one dimensional, and run the rock. Now the last game of the season will be against Denver, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think that game right there will be the game that puts us into the playoffs or knocks us out. I just think this drama's playing out too well, bro. Hey, you got Broncos coming back from like having a terrible start of the season. The Raiders, their coaching staff has gone through so much stuff, so much change, et cetera, that what kind of crazy Cinderella story would it be for one of these two teams at the very end of the season to be fighting for their lives to make it into the playoffs and then to make even some sort of run in the playoffs? So I think that's just going to be some storybook stuff. So, hey, but Matt, let's start with you on that. Do we beat the
So
Broncos?
see if we say we beat the Chiefs, it'd be 6, 7, 8, 9. So honestly, to tell you the truth, like it's gonna depend on the Broncos and the way they play the rest of their season. As for us, if we keep winning the way we're winning in the games that we just called, I think even if we did lose that game, we could probably still make the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like we would still make that wild card. I think we win the game, but I think that is probably going to be our trap game that you're talking about because it's a
Yeah,
division game, and like I said, it comes down to those two teams playing well, and that's if the Broncos start playing well towards the end because they still got kind of a rough schedule to play. They're not. They got a couple good teams they still got to play, so they're not out of there scot free. They're not going to be just these pushover teams that they're going to be playing from here on out. But
no, I got you. All right, Mike.
I think we win that game. It's another home game. It's by the way, last 4 of the 6 are at home.
right,
I mean, what else do you want? You know what I mean? You start off with a bunch of road games and all that stuff, and the last 4 of your 6 games are at home with a chance to make the playoffs. That sounds. I would take that at the beginning of the season if somebody told me that. So, I'm sure the players would too. So I think they would win that game.
No, absolutely, and I'm with you guys. And you know what? There's another reason that the Raiders are going to win that game. Because I'm going to
because I'm
be in
gonna
the
be
seats,
there.
motherfuckers. Let you guys
Yes,
know.
sir.
We going to win because Raider Nation's going to be repping hard, loud, and proud. So that's
Hell
going to
yeah.
be the last game of the season. All right, guys. So we talked about, what we see for the last 6 games. And we see that, there's a possibility of us getting up to 10 wins, which makes us a playoff team. So I'm excited to see that. I mean, like lots of possibilities. We'll definitely keep an eye on that. Now, for the next part, guys, guys know what time it is. We're going to look up, let's see what games we got this week. So give me 1 second, fellas. Let me pull up the games.
So we're saying we go 4-2 over the last 6 weeks. That's what we're looking at. Or we didn't even call 4-2. We called 5-1, didn't we?
5-1.
5-1 to a
5-1.
possibility of 4-2. I mean, like
Yeah,
depending on who we lose
possibility.
to.
Like I
5-1.
said, yeah. Depending on how we lose it out, there's the two ways I see it. There's we either
Hey,
4-2 or we 5-1. But I'm going with 5-1. I'm going with 5-1.
I like 6-0 better, but I'll take 5-1.
I like 6-0.
I'll
That'd be
take
bad.
5-1.
Oh man, if we got a
Who would
6-0
not
streak,
like?
bro. If we went 6-0 on our last games, man, like
Yeah, we're talking
Ooh.
Super Bowl.
yeah, like,
Yes, sir.
We're talking Super
we'll
Bowl
do a
straight up.
24-hour podcast if we make it to the Super Bowl.
Oh man, if we make it to the Super Bowl, shoot, well, I'm gonna be sitting outside, podcast rolling. Let's go.
Hell
I'll do
yeah.
that shit on True.
Yeah, we'll do it right outside the stadium.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
right outside the stadium. No worries.
Right inside
Yeah.
the stadium.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm not even
please.
staying here. I'm staying in my car because I can't even get a place.
All right, fellas. Hey, now we got week 12 games. All right. We got Hey, 9-5, or what were you last week, Mike? 9-7,
9-5.
9-5,
9-5. Yep.
9-5, and then we got 7-7, right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
7
Hey,
and
right now
7.
we know that. Hey, we know that Mike is in the lead, and he is burning. So
On
hey,
fire, baby.
let's get it. Hey, Packers Lions. Let's start with Matt.
Give me Lions.
Mike.
I am also going to take the Lions. It makes sense right now.
Gotcha. Hey,
Although it is
Commanders.
a division.
Gotcha. Hey, so go ahead, Mike. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, although it is a division game, but it's Lions at home, so I'll take the Lions.
No, I gotcha. Commanders, Cowboys. Let's start with Mike.
Oh man, I'm fucking disgusted again. Here comes. Let me go ahead and get the Cowboys again. Gross.
Matt, Commanders, Cowboys. I don't even know why I'm asking. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know why you're asking either. You got Washington on that one, even though they're probably gonna lose. But
All right. Hey, Matt, 49ers, Seahawks.
ooh, it's gonna be a tough one because if old Gino ain't ready to go, that's gonna. Oh man, ooh, that's a good one. Man, I'm gonna go on a limb and say, give me Seattle.
All right. Hey, Mike.
I'm taking the Niners on that game.
Wow. All right. We got a split game right there. Okay. Now I got Dolphins, Jets. Mike.
Mm. It has to be the Dolphins. Too much shit going on with the Jets.
Matt.
Yeah, I agree with Mike on that one. I gotta take the Dolphins on that, even though it's a division game and that game could go anyway. But just they ain't got a quarterback. Give me the Dolphins.
No, not at all.
Bucks, Colts. Let's start with Matt.
Those Bucks and Colts.
Yes, sir.
Give me Tampa on that one.
Mike.
I gotta agree. I'll take the Bucks.
Patriots, Giants. Mike.
Oh, give me the G-men at home.
G-Man over the Patriots. Gotcha. Hey, Matt. Patriots, Giants.
Give me New England. I think they
Bill
might pull it out.
Belichick gets the overhand over there, huh? Let's see.
Yeah.
All right, that's a split game. That's going to be interesting. Be watching that game closely. All
I
right.
will too.
Hey. Hey, I got Steelers, Bengals, Matt.
Ooh. Give me Pittsburgh on this one.
All right. Hey, Mike.
I have to take the Steelers, man. No Joe Burrow, no wins. I think that's pretty much it for the Bengals.
Who's their
No
backup? Do
Joe
they even have a
Money.
backup?
I don't even know who it might be, dude.
Yeah, I don't even think they have one.
Is it Jamar Chase?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
ain't no
he
Joe Cool though. It
throws
ain't
the
no
ball to
Joe
The
Cool.
himself.
backup is Cabo. They already booked their trips to Cabo. That's what they back. That's the backup plan.
Yeah.
Little
So,
Cancun action.
yeah. Hey, I got Panthers, Titans. So let's start with Mike.
Give me the Titans at home.
Matt.
Yeah, I agree. Give me Titans.
Got Jaguars, Texans. Matt.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good game, man. Ooh, Texans are on the street.
Damn. All
Houston.
right.
Got you. Okay.
Me too.
Mike.
I don't believe in the Jags at all. So I'm going with Houston on this game.
Gotcha. All right. Mike. Saints, Falcons.
Give me shit. I think they already played the Falcons, right? Once.
I
This
think
would be
so. This
And
game too.
they lost to the Falcons, I believe, didn't they?
I think so. I'm not sure. I'm not
Yeah.
100% sure on that.
I'm not 100% sure either, but I'm going to take the Saints.
All
on this.
right. Matt?
Yeah, I hate to agree with him, but yeah, give me the Saints on this one.
All right.
I was really hoping he would say Falcons.
Oh, shoot. I
was
got
leaning
you.
there, but I was like,
I was just like, man, I just know they ain't got Ritter right now, and they've been doing their quarter. They're kind of like the Jets. They're kind of figuring out their quarterback situation.
it's not going good.
Hey, so then we got Rams Cardinals. Matt.
Rams, Cardinals. Ooh, you know what? Give me Matt Stafford and the Rams.
Gotcha. Mike.
Give me those dirty red birds, man. I'll take the Cardinals.
Ooh, split game.
All right, all right.
Okay, another one we'll be watching closely. Shoot, I'm going to have that 8-box or that quad box going.
Yeah,
Yep.
so
All
far
right.
you got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them.
Yep, 4. Hey,
We
got the
four-
quad
four
box.
splits.
4 splits
Yep.
so far.
All right.
Quad box. This is going to be the season that one of us breaks away. See what happens. All right. Hey, Browns, Broncos. Let's start with Mike.
Ugh. Disgusting. I ain't picking the Broncos, man. Give me the Browns.
Browns on the
Broncos
road. Beat
are
the Broncos. Gotcha. All right. Hey, Matt.
Man, you know what? I really hate to fucking do this because I fucking hate the Broncos, but the Browns got no quarterback, bro. I mean,
They don't.
they suck,
But
bro.
they got a defense. They
They
got
got
a
a
defense.
defense,
and
but
running game.
the Broncos, man, oh shit. Give me Cleveland. Give me
Oh, here
Cleveland.
we go.
Oh, there you go, Cleveland. All right. Hey,
Right.
Bills, Eagles, Matt.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles are due for a loss. I think Buffalo pulls this one out, especially after fucking what happened with them last week. Or no, sorry, I'm thinking of the week before. Never mind. Give me Buffalo.
No, Buffalo. Got you. All right, Mike.
I almost want to agree with Matt on this, but I'm going to take the Eagles at home.
Oh, another split game. I
Ooh.
got you. All right. Hey, now we got Chiefs, Raiders.
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 Raiders all day, baby. Let's go.
You got to tell me twice.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
As soon as you said Chiefs, I thought of Raiders.
Hell yeah.
All right, brother. I got
Like
Ravens, Chargers, Matt.
Give me Baltimore on that one, baby.
Absolutely. Ravens.
Okay. Then I got.
Love these games.
I
They
got.
lost last week. Didn't I tell you? This is one of them games they love to lose.
Yeah, I know,
Right?
man.
That
I was
Green Bay
like,
game.
I shouldn't have fucking gotten for them, man. I was just thinking, oh yeah, they're gonna fucking take them. No. Joey Bosa fucking cried, man. What the fuck? Every time I go for him, his ass cries.
That's the season,
Boo-hooing.
right?
And then they
Yeah.
lost.
All right, fellas. Last game. Bears, Vikings. Mike.
I'm going to take the Vikings at home.
Matt.
Yeah, give me the Vikings. I think their backup's better than fucking Justin Fields.
Yep. All right. All right, guys. So we got into the end of the show. Please make sure that you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that button down there on YouTube, on Spotify, we are on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you get your social media. Make sure that you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit us up. Guys, do we got anything else?
Nah, man.
Happy Thanksgiving, fellas.
Yes, sir. Happy Thanksgiving,
hey.
everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Much love to Raider Nation out there. Make sure that you guys get some good turkey, get some good food. And hey, we'll see you guys next week. And until then, it's always
Raiders!
Raiders!